Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. My name is Crown, and today I'm going to read you some very interesting stories that I hope that you're gonna love. And now, without further ado, let's go! This happened last week. I finally encountered not one but two Karens today. I work at a state park and I just started a month ago. So I was feeling comfortable working here and it was a surprisingly cool day. Just a nice 65 degrees out. I was working with my friend Jack, random name, and we were driving back to the shop. We had just got done starting another coworker's truck because the work trucks are older than my boss, and he's 25. As we were driving down the road, some random lady entitled Mother 1 ran out in the street and Jack slammed on the brakes. We were driving around in a Polaris Ranger and there is no windshield on ours. I was holding the jump starter kit and literally almost flew out of the window thanks to this crazy woman. She literally flashes a smile and says,
"Hello boys, we were out here having fun and we're ready to go home, but our battery is dead."
I honestly didn't want to help her, mainly because I almost turned into a human sled. I put the jump box in the bed of the Ranger, getting ready to start charging it. I say sure, but Jack cuts me off. He says, we have to get special permission in order to do it. So we called my supervisor, who is super chill, and he said it nicely to us. I will simplify it. If the battery gets damaged, the park/state can be held liable for any damage, so we can't. I kindly explain it to them, and that's when the entitled Mother 2 pops out of the van.
"So you're not going to help us?"
she asks in a snarky, rude voice. I then told her again. Then the two entitled mothers start showering us with random entitled people's comments.
"How about this? You jumpstart our car and we will keep it a secret."
I'm sorry ma'am, but rules are rules. Plus, if I did jumpstart your car, I will be breaking the law. Then I hear one of their kids.
"Mommy, I wanna go home." "I know, sweetie."
Then she turns to me.
"But no one will know. You have a jumpstart thing right on the seat. Just grab it and hook it up."
She starts to get into an enraged Karen mode. I was about ready to just choke myself. Jack was really pissed and dropped in a tone of anger. "Listen ma'am, we can't help you. There are many other people who can give you a jump, but not us." The entitled Mother 1 enters extreme Karen mode now.
"My God, how dare you talk to an adult like that? I have 4 children with me. I don't want them to act like you stupid teenagers. My God, don't you know any manners around an adult?"
Me and Jack looked at each other and just nodded and headed back for the Ranger.
"How dare you walk away from us? Get back here."
Jack started up the Ranger and put it in drive and started to move forward when one of the entitled mothers ran in front of us.
"Stop! Where are you going?"
she shrieked. "We're getting back to work," I replied. Jack began to reverse and then the entitled mother ran behind us.
"Oh no you don't,"
she said. I was super pissed and yelled at her to move out of the way before we get our superintendent involved. Jack then put the Ranger in 4-wheel drive and started turning the wheel to the right so we could drive through the grass and get on a dirt road that led back to the shop. And that's when I heard the thunk. I turned around and saw the entitled Mother 2 trying to grab the jump starter kit. I immediately reached behind me and yanked it from her and held it tightly.
"No, stop touching me!"
she shrieked. Jack then slammed on the gas and we jumped the curb and tore through the grass to the road. We tore down the road and did a wicked drift around the curve. Me and Jack started laughing as we sighed in relief, and that's when it all escalated. We got to the shop and told our supervisor about what happened. He said he would let our security truck know so they would stop and go talk to them. I step outside to put on some Hilly-Billy Smell Good, aka bug spray, and then that's when everything escalated. Here comes 2 police cars. 4 police officers get out of the cruisers. Cop 1 says, "Hi, we got a call reporting of 2 workers who threatened these 2 women and their children and possibly tried to assault one of the individuals." I say, "Alright, this is nonsense." I finished spraying myself and went up to the cop and he sat me down in the cruiser and I started telling my story. I was beyond mad, so I tried to keep myself in one piece. I'm 16 years old and I have autism. When I get really stressed, I break down mentally and I'm explaining myself while sopping my eyes out. I get out of the cruiser and sit on the hood as I'm told. Jack is still being questioned by the other cruiser. Both of the moms get out of the second car and one of the officers talk to her. I see him talk to the lady who I pulled the jump box away from. She then stopped talking and pointed at me and then at her hip. Then the officer nodded and started heading my way. I've seen enough cop shows, so I got on my knees, put my hands behind my head and just collapsed face first on the cement and started crying. Cop 3 tells me, "Come on bud, get up." Me through tears, "Don't you have to search me first?" He starts laughing. No, we're going to go look at the security cameras from the pool entrance since it points down where you guys were. I thought I would have been charged with assault since the lady did hit her pelvis against the back of the ranger bed. I think that's how it works, I think. We get to the main office and me and Jack sit in front of the monitors with the two mothers right by us. We watch, we see the argument, and then here comes the entitled mother 2 on the screen sneaking up to the back of the ranger and grabbing the jump box. Just as it happened, I grabbed it and yanked it away from her and she hit the bed of the ranger. Cop 4 says, "Well, looks like you two were right. Entitled mother 2, you're under arrest for attempted theft."
What? No, this isn't fair. Those selfish R-words should be in trouble.
The cop then screams at her to shut up as loud as possible, and she just stopped talking. The entitled mother once starts to dial for her husband's cell phone, and he did not answer. To this day, this has been one of the best work stories we tell at the lunch table. And the bonus of this day, the entitled mother had to call a tow truck. A little backstory. So there is a big box store called Micro Center which sells all types of computer parts and accessories. The company is still small since they only have stores in 16 states so far. In my state, there was a newly opened Micro Center in order to celebrate the new store opening. They gave out coupons to people who were the first to fill out a survey on their website. I was one of the lucky people who got the coupon. So in an email they told me that I got the coupon and I get a free 128GB USB and 128GB micro SD card with no purchase necessary. Since I need more RAM for my computer and an extra hard drive, I decided to go to Micro Center on the following Saturday. First I got the RAM sticks and hard drive that I have been needing to get. Then I head to the online pickup section where I show the coupon on my phone and later the worker scans it. Then the worker there opens a mailbox looking thing to grab out the USB and micro SD card. By the way, they were branded with Micro Center on them. He then hands me a receipt stating that the USB and micro SD card is given to me by the online pickup selection. I put both the receipt, the USB and the micro SD card in my jeans pocket for safekeeping. So I then got on the line to the cash register where I gave the clerk who was working the cash register the RAM and the hard drive. She then rings me up for the price. I started digging in my pockets for my wallet, so I took out my USB and micro SD card with a receipt and then found my wallet. As I was taking out my wallet, the clerk quickly glances at the receipt and sees that the USB and micro SD were picked up at the online pickup section. Then the Karen in the back sees the USB and micro SD and states that I have stolen the USB and micro SD card and that the clerk should stop me from stealing the items. In my mind, I was like, what just happened? The worker looked confused, and before I could even say anything, the security guard showed up, and this dude looked like a gym bro. He looked as if he was a dude from the Chad memes. He then asks what is happening. The Karen in the back of me goes to him and tells him that he should arrest me for stealing. Before I could say anything, the worker said that I have done nothing wrong, and then the worker picked up the receipt, then showed the guard that I have not stolen anything. The guard looked at me saying that I was only wearing a t-shirt and that all the jean pockets inside were showing due to me digging in my pockets for my wallet. The guard says it looks like everything is fine. And this enrages Karen, and she goes on a tyrant rant about how she's going to get the clerk and guard fired. By this time, the managers come and ask what is happening. By the way, there was no one in the line since I arrived near closing time. She goes to the manager and tells him what she thought happened and that the clerk and guard should get fired on the spot. The clerk hands the manager my receipt and the guard tells him what happened. The manager tells the clerk to help me finish my shopping, and then he goes with the guard to deal with Karen. I paid up and put all the stuff I got from Micro Center into a plastic bag and walked out of the store. Inside my car, I see that Karen was being yeeted out of the store by the chat guard. She then was screaming at the top of her lungs. The guard then screams to Karen to get out of the property or he will call the police to force her out of the property. I then see her walking away from the store as I drive away. I am not sure why she thought I stole something. Maybe because I'm dark in skin tone or / and I'm a teenager? I don't know. What do you guys think? Today was a beautiful Texas day. Sun was shining, cool breeze, and I was on my way to the D.O. Pizza for lunch. As I get out of my car, I look behind me in time to see a white Jeep pull out in front of a red Mustang. Get in the inside lane, then hastily pull right in front of the Mustang. The Mustang slams his brakes on, hits the horn, and smoosh. I walk idly into the pizza store to pick up my order, giggling cause I just know this white car is about to get hell. I get my pizza and some ranches and head back outside to my car. Watching as both cars pull into the parking lot, I hear this awful screeching. It sounds like a pterodactyl is honing in on a kill. I start my car and back up slowly and then head in. The direction of the screeching, windows down of course. I hear, "Why were you speeding? You hit me! You terrible man! I am calling the police!" I see both people furiously typing on their phones, and I yell, "Hey, are you okay? I saw this woman pull in front of you and wanted to make sure you weren't hurt." The look on this woman's face is priceless. The shock on her face as she realizes there was a witness. The guy just stops and says, "Wait, you saw this?" "Yes sir, I'll be glad to stay as a witness if you'd like to call the police." I think he almost cried. Karen, meanwhile, is screeching about me being there as I park a couple spots down. She is so mad she got caught in her shenanigans and is trying everything to get out of it.
"You saw him speeding? Oh my back. My son's a lawyer. Why do you need my insurance? You hit me. I don't have my card."
An hour later, the police show up and she starts screeching again. The police officer heads to the man and the man gives him his license and insurance and points to me. Karen continues with her drama.
"That person is his friend. This is a scam. Oh, my heart can't take this."
The cop asks for my statement, which I gladly give, as well as my license and phone number. He thanked me and I made sure the man had my number and I then headed out. I can't for the insurance adjuster to call. Someone managed to hack into my Walmart online account and purchased $400 worth of iTunes gift cards using my debit card. Big mistake. The iTunes gift card were digital purchases and they were sent to my email. I notified my bank to cancel my cards and if they find out who did it, I would like to press charges. Yes, I would. The iTunes email states that if I do not redeem them within 12 hours, I get a refund. So 12 hours go by and I get my $400 back and the jerks who clearly aren't that smart aren't getting $400 worth of iTunes gift cards. I guess they thought the cards would be sent to them by mail except oh wait, they did not even bother changing the shipping address so it still wouldn't work out in their favor. Anyway, a day later the bank found the idiot who ordered the stuff because Walmart cooperates with them in tracking the IP of the crap stain who purchased from my account. Apparently it's some dude in Pentonville, Arkansas, multiple states away from me. So I pressed charges and he's going to jail. He didn't get his $400 worth of iTunes because he didn't stop to think that they were digital and would be sent to my email, did not change addresses, and did not bother changing the account login to start with. At what point was this plan going to work, huh? A couple years back, I stopped to grab fuel for my truck at the same gas station I filled up at once a week. I put my card in and start to pump. I realize immediately that something is wrong. The nozzle starts making a weird noise. Fumes are coming out and the counter runs up to $5 immediately. Okay, the pump is empty. No problem. I'll just run inside and get a refund, or so I thought. I walk in the store and politely tell the clerk what is going on and that I'd like a refund. She has a bad attitude immediately. She says that I need to show her, so she follows me out. I still had the nozzle in my truck, so I pulled the handle for half a second and it did the same thing and the counter ran up to $7. Okay, you've seen it. Can you please refund my card for the $7? She gives me a dirty look and tells me she's the only one working and can't do a refund without a manager. At this point, I'm getting mad. I've already wasted 10 minutes. I'm like, what are you talking about? You can just give me cash if you can't refund the card. She just says that it's not going to happen. I suggest calling her manager, but nope. He will be here later and you can come back and just walk back inside to her bulletproof room. Now I'm really mad. It's not the money, it's the principal. At this point they have stolen from me. I called the non-emergency line for the sheriff's department and they sent a deputy. I tell the cop what is going on and he speaks to the attendant and tells me there is nothing that he can do and that it's a civil matter, and the attendant told him the manager will be there in 2 hours and I can come back. Fine. I returned to the store 2 hours later and guess what? No manager. Attendant is sitting behind her bulletproof glass laughing at me. Actually laughing. No idea when the manager will be there and no, she's not going to give me my money back. Or so she thought. For the next 45 minutes, I stood in front of the checkout window and turned every customer that walked in away. I probably told the story of what happened to 20 people. Some were mad that I would not allow them to buy what they needed, but most completely understood and went on their way. At this point, the attendant is screaming at me, calling me every name she can think of, telling me I'm poor because I want the $7 so bad, throwing stuff at the window, just losing her mind. And now I'm laughing hard. She finally calls a manager and he tells her to give me my money and she crumbles up the $7 in ones and shoves it through the slot. What sweet victory that was. Not only did they lose the customers while I was there, but they no longer get to sell me $150 worth of fuel each week, and I've told every family member and friend I know about this, and they all boycotted the store. Edit. For the commenters saying this is a Karen move, let me just say that if the attendant had apologized at all or made it apparent that she actually wanted to help me even a little bit, this would not have gone this far. I have no interest in making the job harder or being a jerk to a minimum wage worker who probably hates their job and is regularly treated badly. This lady went out of her way to try and make my life difficult. All I did was return the favor. And now we have reached the end of today's stories. Thank you for watching and see you next time.